You're listening to A Radio.
Thank you for joining us. You're listening to A Radio, and this is the Morning Moment. We are on Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 11:45 Eastern. Follow us on Spreaker.com and click on the like button. You can find us on most social media platforms such as iTunes, Spotify and iHeartRadio. Go to our website, aradio.wordpress.com, for details, where you'll find more content and details on our podcasts and more. Now, this Morning Moment is very, very different. It's basically a piece that I took from the Glenn Beck show, April 16. I urge you to listen to it in full. I'm not going to play the full thing because it's too long. And quite honestly, it's too upsetting. But you will hear an excerpt from an interview that Glenn Beck did with Karen Whitsett, who is a Democratic representative in the state of Michigan, for Detroit to be precise. And she speaks from her heart, basically. That's the only way I can put it. It's from her heart. She's at her wit's end and she is sick and tired of party politics. This is the Nancy Pelosi operation of stopping people getting on with their lives. The Democrats, for years, for decades, for almost a century in fact, have held the African American population down and only dealt with them at the times it suited them. In other words, election time, when they promised the world and delivered none of it. None of it. And now you have a pandemic, just as we do in Canada, and you will hear the heartfelt sorrow from Glenn Beck, I think, and certainly from Karen Whitsett. It's hard to listen to, but it's genuine. She cares nothing for the Democrats and their party political politics any more than any Republican politics, but the Democrats in particular, because this is a Democrat city and has been for decades. The state of that city has to be seen to be believed. How poor these people are, and yet they carry on. But sometimes you can't carry on any further, and you can hear that in her voice. Now, as you know, I'm not an American, but I'm a human being, and I know when someone's speaking the truth, and when someone's speaking from their heart, and this is such an occasion. At the end of the interview, Glenn Beck asks for help from his charity. Contact his charity, mercury1.org. So I urge anyone who's in the position to do so to contact mercury1.org to help. And if you can donate, do so and stop this. There's no need for this in 2020 for people to be like this, and there's no need at all to be for shortages of any type, but have no water, to have no PPE, for people to be dying, for babies to be born with COVID-19. That's not right. And these Democrats want to play politics? It's sick, and they are sick. Here's that piece.
I'm tired of getting the phone calls that I'm receiving. Yesterday, I got the most heartbreaking phone call from Beaumont Hospital nurse who is crying, and she's at home. She's sick with the virus, and she's talking about how the reuse of equipment at Beaumont Royal Oak. She's talking about how babies are being tested positive for the COVID virus, and she's talking about how she's at home sick, and how I have to do something, and please do something, and to stop this, and how we're losing Wayne County sheriffs to this virus, and how many are sick because they don't have not even thermometers, not even proper PPE. How people are still having water shutoffs here when we're not supposed to have water shutoffs. How people have started evictions here in February, and they're still being carried out in March and April And this has to stop. We have pipes that are not connected in people's homes, so therefore they still do not have any water. We still have problems in Flint, Michigan. We still have problems. And let's not talk about the hotbeds in our senior citizen homes and our charter schools. Our charter schools,
Karen,
kids are not getting food.
You are at the level that no one in this country is really talking about, except I think like my friends and neighbors. We're talking about how are people doing it that are at the very bottom, level that don't have computers, let alone have internet access for their kids. They don't have food. Their kids go to school to get their food.
They don't have a stove. You're talking about, they get the food. They don't have a stove. We have drop-off points where you can go pick up food. But if you don't have access to go and get it, how are you supposed to get it? And this is what's happening to my seniors as well. They don't fall in the category for Meals on Wheels, and yet they can't get out and go get the food either. I'm in here fighting a war, and I feel like I'm fighting by myself, Glenn. This is insane what I'm going through. And it's like, my God, this is the city of Detroit. We are one of the biggest cities that there is. And I'm fighting by myself. And I'm tired of getting beat up because I care about the people of my city.
So what did the president say and the vice president say to give you comfort that help is on the way?
They gave me comfort and help is on the way. I don't want to talk about specifics. But I can tell you that help and comfort is on. It's coming. It is coming.
Okay. I want you to know that after we spoke on Monday, I reached out to my charity, Mercury One, and I said we have got to help the people of Detroit. And so we will work with your office. If you will take a call from my charity, we will work with your office. I don't care if we have to, send truckloads of food up to you, or if you need PPEs or whatever you need, we will help you. This audience is one of the greatest groups of people ever.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Thank you.
You can find more at aradio.wordpress.com, where you can find links to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Gab, Spotify, and email. We're on Spotify under the podcast section. Type in Canadian Politics with a Twist and you'll find us. We are continuing to reach out to you, so please pass these links on to your friends. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. You can listen to all our morning moments at Spreaker.com/A-Radio, EHRADIO, A-Radio. And please click on the like button. Join us Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 11:45 Eastern, and tell your friends and pass the word. We only tell the truth, not what the mainstream media want you to know.